Hey guys, Ben here from BeFit. Right, so what I wanted to talk to you about today, well, today is actually I think a very bad example of what I want to talk to you about today, because I want to talk about something called Seasonal Affective Disorder, which is often or more often referred to as the winter blues. And it's basically when this sort of lull this time of year in people's mood, when between like sort of between summer, the end of summer and the Christmas time, and the clocks go back and that as well. It's sort of like nearly Halloween, that sort of time. The weather's usually pretty crap. Today it's actually beautiful, bright sunshine. But normally, and it has been certainly the last week or so, the weather's been pretty miserable. It's grey. It's not too cold really, but the weather's usually pretty gloomy, pretty grey, pretty wet. Not great, okay? And some people can get quite down, and they feel quite low, and generally have a low mood at this time of year. And yeah, it's called Seasonal Affective Disorder, or the winter blues. And it can affect people in different ways. Or affect people more, some people more than others, I should say, and it can really get to a lot of people. Why does it occur? The main theory is that it's purely a lack of light. Okay, so obviously this time of year the days are shorter. We've been used to, well, usually, depends what part of the world you're in, but in England usually the days are longer, brighter over the summer. So people enjoy the sun, they're getting a lot more of it, and they're used to that for 3 months at a time. And then around this time of year, the days are they're physically shorter, so there's less sunlight. There's the weather's worse, it's cloudier, so again there's even less sunlight, and excuse me. So people are getting less light, and that attributes to why their mood can drop. And it's all about how much light you're actually receiving into your eye can control the hormones in your body, and it can play havoc with your hormone levels, particularly hormones that make you feel good or bad. So if you're getting less light, you're going to have lower levels of the feel-good hormones. So your mood's going to drop. The upside is that it's actually, there are some things you can do to alleviate this quite easily, really. The easiest way is just get more light. Sorry, I'm at a roundabout now. I'm just waiting for my spot. So you just need to get more light, and that can simply be being outside more. Okay, the light today's there's loads of light today. It's a bright sunny day. But it can just be getting out in the sunshine on your lunch break, going for a walk, something like that. Just being out in the being outside, you're going to receive more light than if you were sat in your office at lunchtime. Okay, it can be as simple as when you are indoors, sit by a window. Okay, you'll get more natural light in that way. One thing you can do, it's not actually attributed to light directly, but what you can do is just make wherever you are, make your workspace, make your home as light an area as you possibly can. Okay, so keep the air fresh. Plant life. You've got plants in your house, that's going to freshen the air up, make it cleaner. That's going to bring your mood up as well. Excuse me. You can also, obviously, being a fitness professional, I'm always going to encourage you to eat well anyway, but the more fruit and veg you have in your diet, or particularly the more variety of fruit and veg you have in a diet, the better you're going to feel. The vitamins and minerals in your veg in particular are going to play a big part in production of hormones, and just how it's going to play a big part in how you feel in general. Now, if your diet's good, you're going to feel good, or you're going to feel a lot better than if your diet's crap. Again, another simple one that you can do is just be more active. It doesn't mean necessarily going to the gym 3, 4, 5 times a week. You know, it can just be, like I say, be more active. Get out on your, like I said before, to get more light. Get out on your lunch break. Walk, jog. You know, if you want to do a bit more exercise, great, yeah, go for it. Of course I'm going to encourage you to do that. But just be more active instead of, you know, sitting at your chair every day. I'll tell you, there's one thing that one of my clients just come to mind. What she's started doing, she's quite desk bound in her job, and she has meetings a lot of the day. But what she started doing is, instead of having people come to her office and her desk for meetings, she's arranged meetings in their office on the other side of the building. So she has to get up and walk to their office. You know, she's doing that 3 or 4 times a day, 5-6 times a week. That's a lot more steps that she's going to be getting in than she was if people were coming to her. Simple little thing to do, but it can add up to make a massive difference. You know, I think she worked out that over the course of the week, she's walking about 4,000 or 5,000 more steps. You know, it might not seem like much, but you build that up over a month, 2 months, 3 months. That's a hell of a lot more exercise than you would get if you were just sat at your desk all day, every day. So, 3 things that you can do to alleviate seasonal, excuse me, or S.A.D. It's reduced to sometimes. 3 things you can do to alleviate seasonal affective disorder is 1, just get more light. Going around and roundabout again here. 1, get more light. 2, eat better. 3, be more active. Okay, 3 simple things that you should, that would be a very good idea to do anyway. But if you do feel like you're down, you know, if you do suffer from the winter blues, which a lot of people do, you know, I get, you know, this time of year, I just, you know, I don't like the lull between Christmas and between the end of summer and Christmas anyway, because I love Christmas and I'm just always looking forward to Christmas. So, but yeah, if you're doing these 3 things, getting more light, eating better, getting more exercise, you're just going to feel good anyway. It's well documented that exercise in particular has fantastic, excuse me, can really lift your mood. Okay, it's got, you know, physiological benefits. Of course it has. Yeah, you move around more, burn more calories, lose more weight, that sort of thing. But just for your mental health as well, it's so underprescribed. But being more active, you know, doing more sport, going to the gym, it's going to make you feel mentally, it's going to make you feel a hell of a lot better anyway. But particularly this time of year, days are getting shorter, you know, less lights, dark, gloomy, the weather's crap, people are going to feel down. You get out, do a bit more, be more active, you're going to feel a hell of a lot better. Okay, so yeah, that's all I want to talk to you about today. Bit of a short one, 8 minutes, well, it's not that short. But yeah, be active, get more light, eat better, and I'll see you all soon.